Hey there, you two. Bed Bath and Bongs here. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, I've been doing my 21 Dab Salutin segments because been having to work a lot as a result of everything that's been going on. So I've been having to cut up my 21 Dab Salutes and segments. So I'm sorry, everybody. It's very hard, even for me, to take 21 dabs in a row. So I get to about 5 or 6. I start getting very confused, don't know where I am, and my chest becomes very heavy. So I think that's about my limit. I will be taking one more tab for this video, of course, separate. And that's mostly out of celebration this time around, because it is involving the current situation with Reddit, GameStop, and the short sellers and corporate interests that are betting against GameStop, also known as short sellers. So basically, what these Reddit users have been doing, it's a subreddit, it's a financial one. I don't remember exactly what it's called. They basically pulled together, and they've been able to drive GameStop stock from like $17.25 all the way up to like $320 a share, which is just amazing. And GameStop is really feeling the returns on that, and as a result, those corporate interests are losing a lot of money, and a lot of these short sellers are going broke. And all I can say is ha ha fucking ha ha. They used your own tactics against you. I'm sorry, that's capitalism. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, as I say. And I'm going to take a dab of the video, and I'm then going to show you a little video from CNBC, kind of just an elaboration of what's going on, and then I'll also have a little examination of some of the social media response, which is always fun. Good job, Reddit. Eat the fucking rich.
Let's bring in William Legate, an entrepreneur and founder and CEO of Predict, a cryptocurrency platform. He's also been closely monitoring the Reddit thread for years. William, thank you very much for joining us. What do you make of this entire situation, and how do you think it will or should play out?
Yeah, I think this isn't just a traditional kind of pump and dump, which I feel like a lot of people on your network are characterizing it as. I think it's a much broader socioeconomic movement. And a lot of these traders on Wall Street bets, quite frankly, don't care whether or not they make or lose money. The diamond hands over there are wanting to hold long term, and they have a lot of animosity against the Wall Street types and these people that they feel like are rigging the system against them. And quite frankly, the optics of stopping, Robinhood earlier today and IBKR stopped the trading of all these so-called meme stocks. And I think that's quite frankly criminal.
And by the way, William, forget about even the stopping of trading, because that's a different issue. These companies, we can get into that. But from a populist perspective, and Eamon, you could chime in too. Do you think that, and by the way, maybe there's people we know that are guilty of this, that there's this sort of talking down to these retail investors? Let me tell you something, okay? I don't know if you gamble, William or Eamon, but I like to play blackjack. And if I'm sitting at a blackjack table and some guy sits down and starts hitting on 17 or 16 every time and losing a bunch of money, you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to turn to the guy and be like, man, you should really do this, or you're not a very good blackjack player, or be careful, the casino always wins, because he probably will and should punch me in the mouth, right? Do you feel like we talk down somebody? If they want to gamble their money, if they want to trade or they want to invest, whatever you want to call it, it's their own business.
Yeah, absolutely. I was watching a segment earlier on your network, and one of the guests was calling these people, quote unquote, unsophisticated investors and uneducated investors, and saying they don't have any idea what they're doing. But if that's the case, then why did a $12 billion hedge fund implode basically overnight? Because a lot of people saw that 130%, of all shares were in a short position. When we have that kind of leverage and reckless investing from hedge funds, and people see that and take advantage of that. That's what the free market is. So I think it's extremely hypocritical, and there's a spotlight being put on this right now, and I think that it's uniting kind of both sides of the political spectrum, as you said, both Ted Cruz and AOC. There's not many things they agree on, but this is one of them.
Eamon, get in here.
Yeah, look, I mean, William, you've been following this so carefully, and I thought one of the things that you said when we talked yesterday, which I found fascinating, was this idea of nostalgia and this idea of leverage, and so walk us through the thinking on these Reddit boards in terms of what the next targets could be of this group. How does this anger manifest itself in terms of specific stocks that people might be trying to take out next?
Yeah, I think there's a general longing and sense of people wanting to kind of go back to the good old days, the simpler times, the pre-COVID era, the era when things were maybe financially more, stable, I guess you could say. So a lot of stocks that kind of bring back that nostalgia, things like Nokia, things like, the Blockbuster liquidation company. Those types of stocks are very nostalgic from a kind of cultural perspective, but also very meme worthy, I would say. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I think the traditional Wall Street types don't understand is the mindset of the retail investor and what matters to them. Because a lot of people on Wall Street, they trade on fundamentals, they'll trade on technical analysis. Those are the things that matter to Wall Street investors. But retail investors have a little bit of a different mindset sometimes. And it's not, I think it's wrong to say that their mindset's, uneducated or comes from a point of ignorance. It's just a different strategy and way that they approach the market. And right now it's working out pretty well for them. So we'll see what happens. But in terms of what stocks would be kind of next, I've seen a list of basically just the most shorted stocks from hedge funds. There's both this kind of this cultural aspect of it.
We got to go in, but isn't that rich that you got the big Wall Street firms putting out lists of names that might pop from the retail investor who's going after the Wall Street firms? When there's money to be made, people are going to step in. It's a great combo. We got to leave it there. William Legate, Eamon Javers, and by the way, Eamon's got a piece up on CNBC.com. I urge everybody to check that out. Good discussion, gentlemen. We appreciate it.
So, yes, this is an article from BuzzFeed News, courtesy of Adi Anabata. And it's talking about the reactions of people concerning this whole Reddit controversy. The battle between Wall Street investors and Redditors from popular subreddit Wall Street Bets has commanded public interest, even for those outside of the financial bubble and completely unfamiliar with terms like short. The past 24 hours have been neatly captured online with great analysis and explained, and even better, the memes haven't stopped. While those in the know debate the implications, others remain confused. However, they have managed to gather a general sense of what's going on and are picking sides. Mainly, they are calling for the rich to be even. That's awesome. Even with very little understanding, people are rooting for Wall Street Bets, which gained an extra million members in just 1 day as it launched its move to push up the price of GameStop stock. That's a great meme. I don't think that'll work. Oh, it's okay.
This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Me. I'm fighting for my life.
Accurate. Tonight we ride. Nice. I agree. Eat the rich. Eat 'em all.